Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated you taking a little time to watch the video today. And got a good one for you today. At least I think it's a good one. I'm going to talk about why the fishing seems to get tougher every month, particularly like after the month of June. You know, when you get into August, September, October, seems like those are some of the toughest fishing months of the year. And it doesn't really turn around much until the temperature, really starts dropping and water gets colder. And I've got really two different theories on this, or not really. Well, they're not theories. They're things that I have witnessed myself from fishing over the past 50 years. I'm going to share with you guys, sort of maybe shed some light on that a little bit. But hey, real quick, I just wanted to do a couple quick housekeeping tips here. Just want to invite everybody to join Johnny and I tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Fish the Moment Live YouTube channel. We've got our weekly live podcast. We're going to be talking about fall transitions tonight. And also, we're going to announce and give you guys the big news we've been talking about. Johnny and I have Johnny and I are going to conduct a full day seminar in Springfield, Missouri at the Boatworks facility, October 2nd. And this is going to be an 8-hour seminar. Johnny's going to teach the offshore electronics part of it. I'm going to teach all the shallow water techniques and applications. There's going to be free food there. It's going to be a very intensive, detailed packed full day of seminars. So if you guys are interested in that, we're going to announce that tonight on the Fish the Moment Live podcast tonight. We'll have all the information on that, and we'll also have it on the Fish the Moment website tomorrow. You can check it out there, and you can sign up for that if you guys are interested. It's going to be a great time. Springfield, Missouri is a great place if you've never been here. We've got the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame here. We've got the Wonders of Wildlife Museum, Bass Pro Shop National Headquarters, and of course you've got Bait Works and Boat Works to check out and buy all the fishing tackle you want. So anyway, I hope to see you guys tonight at the podcast. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the two factors why fishing gets tougher as the summer wears on. And first thing I want to talk about, actually I want to talk about the second thing that I've mentioned a little bit before, but the first thing I want to bring up the fact is one of the reasons that bass get tougher to catch as the summer wears on and as the year wears on in general is they've simply seen so many lures. I mean, you figure that the fishing season for a lot of people started back in March. These lakes have gotten relentlessly pressured since March. There's been any man-made impoundment guys in the United States has got multiple tournaments every week. They've got some of the big lakes may have as many as 10 tournaments going on in one day, and all the recreational fishing pressure. So the fish simply they see so many baits. I mean, all the prime areas, everybody knows where the bass live at, and they're seeing just a variety of lures on a nonstop basis. So I think one of the first reasons that you start to see the fishing get a little bit tougher as the summer wears on into fall is they've simply just gotten hammered and they see so many baits. The second thing that goes with that, and again, I consider really sort of July, August, September, part of October, some of the toughest months of the year to fish as far as catching fish, and particularly quality bass. Another reason, and we've talked about this a little bit before, but I want to go... You want to take a bath?
Yeah.
Okay, just a second. I got to do in the video, and I'll run the bath water. Okay.
No.
Okay, you ready to go right now?
Yeah, Ellie's in there, so you gotta get him out of there.
Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, back from the bathtub fire there. Got everything squared away, I think. So anyway, let's get back to it here. Like I said, the first thing is the bass have just seen so many lures at this time of the year that they've gotten skittish, they've gotten wary from it. They're not dumb. Second thing of it, and we talked about this before, but I want to go into a little bit more detail with it, is the fact that in this fall time of the year, and even in the summertime, I mean, really after about mid-June, and the fish are sort of congregated in certain areas pretty predictably in large numbers, up until like the mid part of June. But as you get into June, July, August, September, and October, every single week there's a few more of those bass that bust up those deep schools. There's a few more bass that are leaving the shallows, and there's more and more bass that basically suspend out in the lake chasing shad. That is one of the reasons it's so tough, because like right now, most of the lakes around my part of the country and in a lot of lakes, the bass are literally all over the place. You got bass in the back of the coves and the creeks. You got bass out on the points. You've got bass swimming anywhere between on the surface down to 50, 60 feet if you have the water visibility. And I think, in my opinion, as the fall rolls along and you start to get into the September time frame, you've got bass chasing shad schools at every water depth you can imagine. You've got some that live on the surface, busting them out in deep water. Again, you've got some that are living in the ditches out off the deep points. You've got some that are just roaming out in the middle of the open lake, not relating to anything. Then you've got some bass that are like, chasing shad in the back of the coves or in the back of the creeks. Sometimes these bass are extremely hard to catch because they're really, really focused on a specific shad size, and they're so full from eating easy prey of big shad schools that they can be very difficult to catch. So there's a lot of different factors really contributing to the fact that why the quality of fishing sort of goes downhill as you enter the fall time of the year. Now, that doesn't mean you can't catch them, because there's still opportunities to catch them. And actually, I like fishing tournaments in the fall because there's so many different options. It's a big challenge to catch them a lot of times. You can catch them doing about whatever you want to. It may not be the size or the numbers, but you can still catch them. And normally what happens, guys, is this sort of stays into effect until the water temperature starts to drop down about, I'm going to guess, 20 to 25 degrees from its peak point in the summer. In other words, like, in Missouri here, it's common to have water temperatures in the mid 80s in the peak summer. And by the time those water temperatures start to cool down to 60, 65 degrees, 20, 25 degree drop, that's when you start seeing a drastic improvement in the fishing. You start seeing the bigger fish show up again a little bit more. You just see a little bit more activity, a little bit more action. And then, gradually as the winter goes on, less and less people are on the lake. Those fish have a little bit of time to recuperate, and they forget some things. Their memory, sort of fades away a little bit. And then come March again, or April, that's, they're active, they're feeding. They've been off all winter. They haven't seen a lot of baits, and it begins the whole cycle over and over again. So that's the main two things, guys. The two reasons that fishing sort of goes downhill this time of year is that they've seen a ton of baits, and that the environmental conditions have just got them scattered out all over the lake. So I hope that helps you guys out, and maybe comforting a little bit. I don't know if it's going to help you catch any more fish, but it might explain, if you have a bad day on the water, why that is, and don't feel very bad about it. So anyway, hope to see you guys tonight. Check us out, Fish the Moment Live YouTube channel. Going to be a great evening, and we'll talk to y'all later. See you.